So the Ark server in its current incarnation has essentially finished this kind of cycle. The ethnic Kekstanis had a great war with the Zulus, which we won. It was pretty damn epic. We need a server reset and to change things up. So this time, I think we should probably really change things up. This time, I think we should go into hardcore mode. Now, I realise this won't be everyone's thing, and is going to completely change the game. But I think it'll be a really interesting experiment, and I think it'll be a lot more exciting. I found a post on the Steam forums from someone who had the same experience that we'd had with the regular non-hardcore mode. When most of the players get to a high level, there's no advantage anymore. Everyone has the best equipment all the time, and if you destroy someone's base, they can just go somewhere else and create a new one. The players don't really worry about anything anymore, and the character is persistent. If anyone dies or anything is lost, it's not really a big deal. But this server will be different. This server will actually be a survival experience, and it will probably be pretty difficult. Normally people exclusively focus on leveling up their character, but when your character isn't permanent and the rest of your civilization is, it's probably going to be worth building that up more. Same applies to your dinosaurs, and your tribe might find themselves unable to use a decent high-level dinosaur because none of you can make the saddle for it. But previously, you had already tamed that dinosaur. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and preserving things will become more important. Diplomacy will become important as well as cooperation. Resolving conflict diplomatically will be better for everyone, because even if a strong faction attacks a weak faction, key high-level players might die, which will be a net loss for the stronger even if they win. Cages will actually matter now, as capturing a high-level character will be a significant accomplishment and can be used as a bartering chip. Because who's going to want to lose like a level 80 character in a situation like this? It'd be much better to actually do what they want and get yourself set free. The worst case scenario would be that everyone in a faction dies in quick succession, which would mean that's the end of the whole civilization. Because once you die, you've got to create a new character and have your tribe re-invite you to the tribe. So you need to cooperate with other people, because if everyone in your faction dies, that's it. You need to start a whole new civilization. Your character will become precious, and the characters of your tribe will also be important, as you'll lean on them for a lot more support than you otherwise would. Everyone's character will be in a state of flux, constantly rising and falling, and cooperation will be absolutely key. I'll put all the necessary links in the description so you can join the server, with the password of ARK1, and an ARK Discord server that I have, which might be really useful to coordinate with others before joining the server, so you can start in a place and get established with other tribes or make new ones. And I'm actually really excited to see what happens on this one. I think it'll be really interesting. So these are the main things that have changed. There'll be hardcore mode, so when your character dies, they're dead. You'll get a significant XP bonus. I'm estimating that this will be around ×5, but that might be too low or too high, so that might well change along the course of the server. I don't know yet. We'll test it out. I'll be reducing the frequency of carnivorous dinosaurs, but not the overall number of dinosaurs, because at the moment you can't walk 5 feet without being attacked by some meat eater. It's not only a totally unrealistic food chain, but it bogs down the game in constant needless fighting. And there are also like Rexes everywhere, making every other combat dinosaur obsolete when it comes to fighting a battle. And I'll also reduce the frequency of some other dinos that should probably be a bit more rare. For example, I'm going to reduce the number of flyers. They are going to still exist, of course, including Quetzals. They'll just be less common than they are now, because if you go to any mountain, you'll see dozens of Argents flying around. It's like, okay, well, they're not special. I'm going to increase the length of the days and the nights. The nights will still be shorter than the days, but will last longer overall. And the resource gather rates will still stay on high, and the health of the resources on high, but the respawn rates be fairly slow like they were on the previous one. So sometimes you'll have to travel to get resources, which I think, it's interesting. And they add interesting things happening to the game. And of course, we're going to have a huge list of mods, which are as follows. So we're going to have the glass metal mod, which is one of my favourites, because you can build really beautiful structures out of it that are the sort of top tier ones. We're going to use the Structures Plus one, which has loads and loads of extra building options, which is fantastic, as you can see. I'll leave links to all of these in the description. The next one is the Pimp My Dino mod, because I like putting armor on dinos and pimping them out. The stackable foundations, so you can build pretty much anywhere. The steampunk mod, which looks absolutely beautiful and really awesome. The shopping mod. Now this allows you to sell things for gold pearls, and then you can use the gold pearls to buy various things from the thing. It's something to do with the engrams you'll end up picking up and whatnot. I don't know how it is, but we'll try it out. And all of these are subject to change as well. If any of them are too overpowered or suck, or for whatever reason we need to take them out, we'll just take them out. The spawn pack seems to be an important one that I think will be useful. Everyone who spawns gets all the basic stuff, like a pick, hat, torch, and some clothing. Just because, you're going to be doing this a lot. Fuck it, let's just cut to the chase and just get you back on your feet. I really, really love this castle's keeps and fort medieval architecture. It's phenomenally good. Everything will be counting as stone as well in this mod, but you can see that there are some just beautiful things you can build. Absolutely gorgeous, and it's got a really interesting feature on it. So yeah, not only can you build these amazing castles, that wasn't a smart move, was it? But you can change the texture on it. So wherever you've built your castle, you can change the look of the castle, so you can fit it into the surroundings, or build like a Fortress of Doom somewhere or something. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. To go along with that, I'm going to include the medieval structures one, which just allows you to build nice medieval looking structures. Should be quite nice. I've included the Versatile Raft mod again because I love the Versatile Raft mod. It allows you to build different types of rafts that are bigger and faster and whatnot, sometimes. I'm including this Primitive Survival Equipment Plus because I think we're going to need a lot of extra options when we're low levels. There are various sorts of things that this adds, but it should make things really useful. And it should be really useful and give you a load of really useful items that you don't need at necessarily top levels, but it'll help you get along at the lower levels. And because when you die it sucks, here's some healing kits. Because you're going to need them, let's be honest. The More Seeds mod's an interesting one because it allows you to create things that may otherwise be almost impossible to get. And it gives you these essence berries, which gives you 500 XP a use. So if you die, you can pump yourself back up using them. I don't know whether that's going to unbalance things or not, but we'll see, and if it does, I'll just take it out. The storage bins one seems really cool to me. Each of these storage bins, they're for a specific resource, but allow you to put 45,000 units in, which honestly I think is going to be really, really useful. And I like the way they're named and stuff as well. The wooden pillar walls are invaluable. You can place these walls anywhere, and they are just, you don't need a foundation or anything. You just build a bunch of these walls to wall off an area, which will be one of the first things you'll probably need to do when setting up a little base. There's the Pet Craft 2 as well. So with this, you get to create, with a fishing rod and a carrot on a stick. And you put it on the animals themselves, and as they wander around with this thing on, they end up generating resources. And each one has a different resource that they generate. And it's not a huge amount, so it's the sort of thing that you turn it on overnight and you come back and you might have a decent wedge of like chitin or cementing paste or something, but it's not the sort of thing you're going to have all the time. But it's just a useful thing, so you can set up farms for these dinos, and it gives you a reason to go and get the things that you want. If you need silica pearls, go get some mantas, And finally, the Slav mod, because why the fuck not? Who doesn't want to be a squatter? But so you get a nice tracksuit, and you get the ability to build a distillery, which is quite expensive actually. But it allows you to produce vodka, which is apparently very good for increasing torpor and great for taming dinosaurs. And who doesn't want to be a Slav? So there we are. So by the time that you've watched this, the server will already be live, so you can just click the link to go join it and download all the mods and whatnot. I really think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be very interesting. Be sure to stop by the Discord server to basically coordinate with other people, and I'll see you on there.